Hey, it's Enrico Pallazzo!
Utah, give me 2.
Pallazzo!
Pallazzo Podcast 2Ls2G.
Utah.
Britton Allan, Michael Govier. Everybody in the live chat. Oh, wow. I got something in my throat there, Britton. We're going to talk about Fab. We're going to talk about waiver wire pickups. We're going to talk about 2-star pitching streamers. Everything you ever wanted. Everything you ever needed for this thing we call fantasy baseball. It's going to be here for you, okay? I'm already locking that in. Britton, I know we're pumped up. Britton was just telling me before we kicked off the show. What did you say?
I said, this is the Fab weekend of weekends. This will bring balance to the force. This weekend, it's in the prophecy, the Fab prophecy. I have got my TGFBI. I've been working on it for 24 hours. I've got 13 claims already going. I've got more to make because if you don't get this guy, then you got to get that guy, and then if you don't get that guy, then you got to get this guy. It's like that. It's like that Always Sunny billboard.
It's like that toy. It was like a toy, or was it that game? Mousetrap was a board game, and they had like that thing, the waterfall that just keeps going over and over again.
And it hits the thing, and it knocks.
Yeah,
that.
right. What's next? What's next? What's next? Oh, there's something wrong with my voice. Good God, hang on. There we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is a big one. So let's dive into it. The live chat's open. You guys get in here. You ask your questions, and we will give you answers, just like Eddie. Good afternoon, Govier and Britton. This is the highlight of my day. Well, wow.
Oh, thank you, Eddie. It's great to see you.
Thank you, Jesus.
It is great to see you, Edward. Thank you so much for being here. You know, we love having you. So.
That it is, Edward. That it is indeed.
And then Joe. Hi. How are you? I'm okay. Britton.
Hello.
I thought the highlight
Greetings and salutations, fine friends.
Yeah.
Happy
Hey,
Sunday.
if I don't see you, have a good morning, an afternoon, and good night.
Hey,
True show.
My daughter Kate was feeling artistic this morning, and I wanted to give her a shout out.
Hey, look at that. Way to go, Kate. Nice job. Shout out to Kate here. Nice work. So she a Gators fan in Tennessee?
I know. Look, when it comes to art, we love all God's creatures.
Open season.
Open
no censorship.
season.
Yeah.
So blue elephant, green gators. Shout out. Thank you, Kate.
I drew the duck blue because I always wanted to see a blue duck.
Yeah, what's that from?
Billy Madison. He's back to school.
That's right.
He wanted to see a blue duck, and he finally did it at 27 years old.
I've never seen a blue duck, and I wanted to see a blue duck. So now I've seen a blue duck.
Good to see you, JP, my man. Mike, Virginia, I'm back next week. I missed you, boys. Lock me in. Well, we can do that. There you go, brother. Are you, what hole are you on right now, Mike? Or did you just come home? Are you on the 16th?
Crawled out of the hole last night at about 3 a.m.
Yeah, 6:30 tea time. They probably already done 36 holes. Hello. Oh, Eddie's saying hello to everybody. That's nice. You guys all know each other over in the chat. It's so nice we have that kind of rapport. Fantasy Sports says, sup, fellows. In my head-to-head points leagues redraft, should I drop any of Muncy or Doyle or both to pick up Friedel, Britton's personal favorite, Santander, or Jason Dominguez? Okay, so Britton, it's dropped possibly Muncy or Britton Doyle, which, boy, Doyle seems like he's playing pretty well when he's playing, to pick up Friedel, Santander, or Dominguez.
All right, so I'm fine with dropping Muncy. I'm fine. I don't want to drop Brett Doyle. Batting leadoff for the Colorado Rockies, I want to hang on to Brenton Doyle.
Yep.
But I do like picking up. We've talked about the restraining order with me and TJ Friedel. That's fine. We all need boundaries. But no, I like TJ Friedel.
Is he having a big weekend at Coors right now? Because the Reds are at Coors this weekend. I assume he's tearing it up. So.
Yeah. The Reds have been picking it up lately. Santander has hit 2 home runs this year, and that's it. It's going to turn around. So I like buying low on Anthony Santander for the Blue Jays.
Oh, you
Jason Dominguez. I'm not a huge Jason Dominguez guy.
Neither am I.
He's
I'm
like
not
Nick
either,
Castellanos. He's like Nick Castellanos. Like he's fine, I guess. But I want TJ Friedel and Doyle because those guys will steal bags. Yeah,
Dominguez is the classic Yankee guy. Gets too hyped, in my opinion. It doesn't mean he's a bad player, but he's not like the Nick Kurtz thing. It just gets out of control, Although Britton Doyle So he had an injury. That's why he missed time, I believe. Or he had a paternity. He was on paternity leave. No, it was grief leave. That's what it was. Somebody died.
Yeah.
And he was gone for like a good 10. Look at this. He missed all these games mostly
he did.
because of that. So people die. These are human beings. They're not just Autobots. So maybe that impacts him. I wouldn't panic
but head
on
to head, you need points now. I get it, but I think Doyle's back. So
Muncie's gone. I'm with you. Drop Muncie. Friedel. We're both. I think Friedel's still underrated. I know Britton has talked about Friedel a ton over the last couple of years on the show, but he's healthy this year. He's leading off for the Reds. I think for some reason that is going unnoticed a bit, so I would add Friedel. And I don't even have the same love that Britton has. So, Eddie says, Santander for sure. Hey, I'm here for the Shadura analysis. Is this the right place? That's funny, Tito. Tito, welcome over on Twitter.
Yeah, what up, Tito? Yeah, no, man. I was watching the draft I wasn't watching, but I tune in every now and then just to see where Shadura Sanders had been drafted, and I'm like, second round. I'm like, what the hell did this guy say during his interview?
It's conspiracy, dude. I'm telling you, this is a blackout, some scam by the NFL. I swear, he's not that bad.
I was like, he's related to Deion Sanders, right? I mean, just that alone, like it's called bloodlines. Like Seabiscuit's son may be a dick, but he's the son of Seabiscuit. You know.
See, guys, that's what you came for, Tito. That is the Shadura analysis you needed. Frank is in the house. What's up, Frank? Don't worry, I got your drop ready to go.
Actually, I stole this shirt from Frank.
There you go. We got you going. Also, Danny Leo on Twitter. Trevor Story, I assume is what you meant. Is he a sell-high candidate, or did he just dip into the fountain of youth? Trevor Story's hard hit rate is really good this year. He's kicked the shit out of the ball.
Trevor Story is not like Anthony Rendon. Like, he is like a competitive, fiery person. He wants to do the right thing. He wants to earn his contract. Trevor Story is going to try hard. He hadn't had a good year in Boston yet. This is the year. So he's going to have one good year. So ride it out on that redraft and enjoy it. But, yeah, the Boston Red Sox are going to hit. Yeah, hang on to Trevor Story.
Completely agree. Maybe that's a bad thing that we're agreeing here, but I got to give props to our pal who's not here, Mike Virginia. He was pumping him in the preseason, and he was right about Story. So good job, Virginia. Follow him.
I think, barring injury, which is a big deal, but I think this is his good year. He's going to have one good year. This is it.
Yep, this is that year. I agree. Tim, my man. Hey, I give you guys credit with this NFBC weekly fab. Trying it out for the first time, dude. It feels like a chore. Normally played daily. Yeah, it's it is. Maybe
I've done 2 Fab leagues this year because last year I did 5, and the year before that I did 7, and I'm so much happier with only 2 Fab leagues.
Wow, dude!
I bet you are.
I only do NFBC. I've cut out Yahoo.
Really?
All that. I don't do any of that anymore. I just do NFBC leagues, and I have 2 Fab leagues. One was an auction, and then one's TGFBI. And it just makes Sunday so much better. Like, because like in the TGFBI league, like I'm doing okay. I think I'm 6th in the league, but I've got like 90 points.
That's fine. That's right where you want to be right now. That's fine.
Yeah. So it's not bad or anything. Let me share my screen real quick, and I'll.
Eddie's giving a shout out to your daughter. That's a keepsake, Britton.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. Yes. I'm glad somebody in the family has some type of artistic ability.
Oh, come on. We see the Target art every week, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so these are the... Yeah, I can see your team. I see Shea Langolier. He's got a full week next week.
So this is my TGFBI team. I had Tyler Stevenson, who's injured, so Pedro Pajes is my second.
I've been there.
Catcher. Lindor, there's Berger. Berger had a couple of hits yesterday. I think if Berger got dropped, pick him up. I think he's about to bounce back. Is my feeling. There's
Blade, Meisner. Oh yeah,
Josh Bell.
Okay. Josh Bell.
The albatross around my neck. Like
look at all this red. Here comes the red. Cole Reagans, JT Ginn's on the IL now. He's done. Christopher Sanchez is up in the air. So.
Yeah, he's probably going on the IL. Cole Reagans is probably going on the IL.
Wait. I'm not so sure Reagan's going to hit the IL. That groin strain they said is not too serious. So he might not. miss a start, but he may
Well, I'm
miss a
not
start by not
dropping
going the
him.
IL.
Yeah,
Oh, of course, no one's dropping him. So.
But I've got to drop Ginn. I'm going to bench Reagans and Sanchez for at
You
least
got Kenley Jansen, who's been amazing this year as a closer. Once again, the ageless wonder.
It's amazing that this team is doing actually okay. Because look at this garbage on my bench. Look at that. So this is the make right. You know, in The Godfather, when Corleone was like, "I'm settling all family business today."
Yes.
Yes. I'm settling all TGFBI business today. Like I'm getting rid. I'm keeping Stevenson because I think he's back this week or sooner.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely got to be back next week. I would be surprised if he's not.
Yes. So let's go over here to my transactions real quick.
Eddie said Eddie could relate to you, Britton. During the baseball season, I don't leave my home on Sundays. So Britton changed his life. You could do the same, Eddie.
All right, so I've got Calvin Fauché and Kenley Jansen as my closer. So I need help there. So claim number one is Will Vest.
Oh, 56 bones. This is $1,000 budget for those that don't know.
$1,000 budget. I'm going to change these bids. Probably add more, but you don't
want to give away the secret sauce.
Yeah. Dude, I don't care. Full disclosure here.
I know you don't. I purposely said that.
Look, no one cares what I bid. Let's be honest. Okay. So, but here's what I'm picking up: Will Vest he's got what 3 saves this week, 2 saves for.
Yep, a couple saves. He's in the mix.
Nick Kurtz, just because I'm not going.
Yeah, you got to. Just do it.
Andrew Abbott is having a great season.
He is.
I need 2 starters. So Andrew Abbott I'm going to try to get him. Ryan Gusto.
Your boy. Gusto. Me gusto.
Me gusto. I'm nutso for Gusto. Hunter Dobbins. Colin Ray.
Yep.
And then Shelby Miller, John Birdie, Wagnerman.
Dollar bids. Yep.
Yeah, and Quintana.
Why not?
So because
it's a 15-teamer, folks.
Starters.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what those are the guys I'm looking at.
Well done.
Dobbins,
Hell yes.
Ray. What do you think about Ray? Should I up that a little bit? He's
Uh,
not good. We got to win and
if you need ratio relief, you could up that a couple of bucks. I don't think he goes more than. I guess I'd be surprised if he goes for more than $10 in a $1,000 budget, but maybe I'm wrong. JP says, love to see Britton being so transparent about the fab process and showing his claim list. Interesting stuff. See, look at this. There you go.
What do you
JP's
think
loving
about?
it.
Yeah, man, we're all friends here. What do you think about dropping Wallner? Of course, I'd like to keep him, but we're talking weeks, and I don't. You look at my bench. I don't have weeks.
How bad of a hamstring is it? Yeah, I don't. If it ends up being weeks with a hammy, then yeah, it's a problem. You're right, but I do think that he was really good in the second half of the last 2 seasons. So if you can find a way to keep him around, that'd be good. But I understand the urgency in a 7 bench system that you got to move on.
Your boy Agustin Ramirez is not available. I guess somebody picked him up last week because I was hoping to upgrade Pedro Pages. He's been fine. He's like 250 batting average. It's not a disaster, but he's not really adding anything.
It's not a disaster.
I want to replace Josh Bell with Wagman or Birdie.
Yep. I'm all for that.
Well, I guess I got Taylor Stevenson coming back next week, so it's not that dire.
No, Langoliers and Stevenson healthy. That's a good catcher combo. You got to feel good about that.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, old Sal Frelick's been good. Cameron Misner's been good. Waiting on JJ Bleday to be good. We'll keep the faith
7
on that.
games. A lot of 7 games next week. That's good news, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that? Britton, I say, and he says, a lot of guys do the $1 bid. Go 2, and you get your more desired picks for $1 more, as other owners will do the $1 bid too.
Yeah, look, here's my process, Eddie. So during the course of Sunday, I keep adding claims. And then at about 5 o'clock, I sit down in the kitchen, in my kitchen island, this little island thing, with my computer. Then I start seeing, prioritizing all the claims. And then about 7 o'clock, I start drinking red wine. And then about 8:30, I start hitting that $1 up bid on all the claims. And then by 9 o'clock, I'm nice and toasty. And then the Fab results go through, and then from 9 to 9:30, I look at the Fab results with regret. And then I go to bed, and then I wake up on Monday morning and I go to work and I don't remember anything about any of it. So that's my process.
You know what's funny is my Fab bids on NFBC, I don't even look at the results. After 10 o'clock hits, I just move on with my night. I don't even know. I'll just find out on Monday when I set my lineups. I'm not kidding. I don't want to know. I don't want to go over it anymore. I've had enough of it by 10 o'clock Eastern time. That's for damn sure.
It's so important.
Don't forget,
It's so important. Like, you've got to churn and burn these players because, like, Cole Reagans is down. Christopher Sanchez is down. I didn't get a start out of JT Ginn.
Logan Gilbert. That's the big story. Logan Gilbert's down. That's a devastator.
Logan Gilbert's down. Yeah, like there's only so many of these starters that are around, So
Star says do a few bucks over if you think he's worth 5, do 7. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's always a good tip.
I'd rather win the player by bidding, obviously overbidding, than by not, underbidding.
Yeah,
because I'll always look back and go like the player that you got in Pallazzo, $4 for Agustin Ramirez. Like that's outstanding. Like I wish I had Agustin Ramirez for $5. So I don't know what your max bid.
Well, that's what happens with Auto-Neo is you have a $400 budget. And you only have 40 spots though too, so it doesn't matter. You got to make all that. I spent a lot of money in Ohtani. It's amazing I was able to get that bid at all.
See, that's a trading league too, so you can get Agustin Ramirez for $4. And then some
true.
other player that you want to trade, package that sucker up and go get, a decent starter maybe.
See, guys, he does still play in trade leagues because he is an Auto-Neo guy. That's good. I'm glad you reminded people of that.
That's my favorite leagues is my 2 Auto-Neo leagues.
So Skywalker says, which 2 starters you like next week? We got Gavin Williams with Minnesota and Toronto, or I assume it's Ronel Blanco versus my Bozo Tigers and the White Sox. Well, I mean, the better matchup is
starts.
Tigers.
But yeah, give me Gavin Williams all day.
I'll go Blanco, even though I don't like Blanco.
I still got a good start.
I'm waiting for Gavin Williams to kind of turn it on, and hopefully maybe this 2-start week can be one where he does it. Alex wants to know, what's up, Alex? You subscribing? By the way, everyone should be liking the video, subscribing, helping us out. Thank you so much. What's y'all's opinion on Logan Evans getting his debut now that Gilbert is down? Yeah, so this is the guy getting the call. Logan Evans, I don't know diddly. I know so many players, and then another guy just comes up that I don't know. I mean, I play Dynasty, and I still don't know who Logan Evans is. It's like, man, where do these guys come from?
Hey, if he's pitching for the Mariners at Seattle, we like it. And Emerson Hancock has had some good starts, some bad starts, but yeah, I'm looking up Evans right now. Logan Evans in my prospect book here. Breakout right-handed pitcher who was magnificent. Ooh.
Magnificent.
As both starting and relief, moved to pen in anticipation of big league call-up. Very athletic and exhibits above average control.
Ooh.
Added velocity. Fastball looks even quicker thanks to plus extension. Hey, Mike V. Mike V. Mike
V. Yeah.
Hey, no matter what she tells you, it's all about extension. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
right. I don't care what they say.
I don't care what. Don't listen to those commercials.
23 walks to 4 Ks in the minors at AAA PCL is good. That's a great ratio. So, I look at these. I probably glance over his name because I look at these stats a lot every week, and I probably you just don't know when these guys are going to get the call sometimes. But now Evans is here. So, yeah, we like Evans. Those are good numbers. And, again, pitching at home in Seattle is always a good thing. Plus, the Seattle offense, Britton, thanks to Ben Williamson and Randy Arozarena, they've had some life. Even Jorge Polanco is hitting the ball hard.
Exploded last night for 14 runs. I mean, yeah, I like this.
They're getting it going. Ben
Williamson's
a pickup too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm adding him because I think that Logan Gilbert thing is going to be a little bit longer than what they tell you.
Well, let me bring up.
He's never been on the IL before. Never, Logan Gilbert.
Wow. Well, once that happens, I don't think he's going to have surgery. I think this could be like remember Jesus Luzardo about 2 to 3 years ago? He missed about 2 months, came back August 1st, gave you 70 great innings. So I'm thinking right now that the Logan Gilbert situation is looking like that because I don't think he's going to have surgery. It doesn't look to be that serious right now, but of course this shit changes all the time.
But look, he is their ace. He's their future. Like Luis Castillo.
Brian Wu or him, yeah.
He's Logan Gilbert is their DeGrom. Their Scherzer. Like
this was supposed to be the breakout year of breakout years. Yeah, and
he's
now
having
that's not gonna
he's
happen.
having a great career. They're not going to rush him. So I think
No,
yeah.
you're right about that. Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think they're going to let him heal, and I think Logan Evans is a great pickup. So good.
Yeah,
good
it's
call.
definitely worth it. Definitely pick up Logan Evans. I made a graphics again. I forgot to do it last time, but I did it this time. So here you go. Here's some guys to consider adding. There's my guy, of course, Augustine Ramirez. Matthew Liberator. We don't talk about Liberator on this show, but I've had him in a few leagues. I drafted him in a couple leagues. I drafted him in the Pallazzo Invitational, and he's been outstanding. He's got a whip under 1 so far. I know it's just 1 month, but if he's still available, this is not a fluke. There was a prospect pedigree here. He just had some. He didn't fit in. He was like in the bullpen. He was a starter, but it looks like he's settling in now. Are you interested in Liberator?
Yeah, his numbers, his underlying numbers are elite, and the results aren't crazy good, but he is like XFIPs, yeah, all those big words people use. Sabermetrics. I don't even know what half of them mean, but I do.
Who cares? Oh,
you know this for Matthew, great, and he's like top 10 in X Sierra. So, and he's got the pedigree. So yeah, I like that. Hey, will you put your graphic back up real quick?
Yeah, here we go again.
That.
Whee!
I know that picture of you was done by AI or whatever.
Yeah.
But that depiction of you, it looks like your name is Tony and you're trying to sell me like on a ATV, and this is like you're showing me like the finance package. You're like, look, no money down, okay? No money down for 6 months. Financing at 4%. $200 rebate if you fill this card out. Like,
yeah, this is now. It's your time.
And then at the very bottom, it's like, $29,000 over the next 10 years.
I love it, man. That's awesome. Yeah, we all got our own cartoon images here on Pallazzo. It's fun. It is AI, and it's what we do here at Pallazzo. We love to have a good time, and I hope you guys have a good time adding these players. I mentioned Ben Williamson. He's been on a tear. He scored a run every game this week. That's a nice pickup for a corner infielder, and he's getting on base every game for the Mariners. So ride him now. I mean, this will probably go cold, but ride it while it's there. And then, of course, we have the closer situation. I put Kate Smith and Luke Weaver together because Kate Smith is the closer right now. Class A is not the closer, and Devin Williams has been removed as the Yankees closer. It's Luke Weaver's show right now. How long these things will last, you don't know, but I trust that one of these guys may stay the closer rest of season. I don't know which one it'll be, Britton, but one of these two will be that guy.
They're both super talented. Like, even if they somehow lose or share the closing job later, Luke Weaver, Kate Smith, they're still great.
Yep.
They're still going to help you. They're still going to get occasional wins and saves. I like both those players. I'm going to go back to my NFBC league. I know they're taken, but just to be 100% sure, just if somehow they fell through the cracks.
Yeah, that's for everybody. I mean, a little more broad. Yahoo leagues, Holds leagues, all that kind of stuff. Those guys are taken, but it's possible maybe they're out there still. Evil Zilla says, give me Liberator or give me death. Not to be confused with Lipitor, by the way. This is Liberator, just to be clear. Okay?
Is Lipitor for cholesterol, or is that like an antidepressant or something?
Yeah, it was a cholesterol. Actually, Dan Reeves used to push that. I'm Dan Reeves. Coach
Dan Reeves, a football coach?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rest in peace. Is Dan Reeves dead?
I
feel like
don't
he's
know.
dead.
Yeah, I hope not.
I feel like he did die. But Lipitor extended his life.
I remember I bet on Atlanta Falcons +7. They played the Denver Broncos.
Ooh, Super Bowl
and got mushed.
Housed. That was the Eugene Robinson got busted with a prostitute the night before game.
Yes, sir. That's exactly that game.
I never forget that. Eddie says, "Oh wow, extension? What if you have the Irish curse, Britton?" Ooh,
hey,
look,
you got to do what you got to do. And if look, if Cialis wants to come be a sponsor, I'm on board.
We're ready. We're ready. We're in our 40s. We're both in our 40s. We admit that freely.
Way into my 40s, Michael Govier. Way into the 40s.
Healthily into the 40s.
I don't see the other end of this tunnel.
Evil Soul says Jorge Polanco StatCast is awesome right now. That's what I mean. He's hitting the ball really hard, so it looks like he's back in business this year, which is definitely one of the big surprises for me. I want to go back to Eddie's question, though. Govier, why do you like Ben Williamson? I need a third baseman in a very deep league, and I've had my eye on him, but he didn't hit for much power last season in the minors. Would love to hear something positive. All I can tell you is that he's hot right now. I'm not going to give you anything else besides that. I'm just telling you the guy is getting on base. He's not going to hit for a lot of power, but if you want to score runs and get hits and keep your batting average up, maybe your OBP, if that's how your league operates, then it looks like Ben Williamson is a guy that is certainly worth adding for now, especially in a deeper league. Like, this is a guy, if he breaks out and stays this way, is a guy who doesn't offer a ton of power, but is a guy that consistently can keep you in the mix, then this is worthwhile. Because if you look at his StatCast, it's not that great.
He's never hit over 3 home runs in any professional season.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you get points for doubles, this is the guy.
But, I'm not like staking my reputation to Ben Williamson. Let's be very clear here, okay? I'm just saying right now, it's a guy who's hot, so ride a hot hand. He's not a life changer.
He went to William and Mary. Isn't that where Mike V went? William and Mary?
Did he? Did he really? Wow. Is that Ivy League? Or is that Colonial? It sounds
Colonial.
like an Ivy League school, but I don't think it is. Yeah.
No, that's
the
like
Tribe.
You're thinking like Dartmouth. That's
well, they have the same colors. That's probably what it is. The Tribe is what that's what they're called. The William and Mary the Tribe. Interesting nickname. Frank says, should Frank be worried about Trey Turner and Jordan Alvarez? No, come on.
Nope. Not 0.0.
0.0. That's Animal House. I know that one.
Like that movie Less Than Zero. You know, that when Robert Downey Jr. is all coked up.
It's great. It's underrated. People said it sucked, but that's Bret Easton Ellis. Eddie says, I live in the Bronx, and Michael Caine, Yankees TV announcer, had a 5-minute segment today confirming Luke Weaver is now. Yeah, it's not a. We're very clear. Luke Weaver is currently the closer. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, we're not.
I feel bad for Devin Williams. Like, I know he's professional and all that, but so he blew his last save, and he's walking off the field, and all the New York Yankee fans are screaming, "We want Luke, we want," and I'm like, man, is that necessary?
Is that why you love Yankees fans?
Let him walk.
That's why we love New York. That's why we love New York, right, Eddie? Oh yeah, you guys are so patient. So don't be worried about Jordan or Trey Turner. Those are classic names for real. I mean, if you're talking about doing a trade where you want to move on from them, I can understand that, but they're never being dropped. Just to be clear. Frank Alvarez is Money in the Bank. What alternatives do you have to Turner? Good. See, they're trying to help you out. And Skywalker wants to know, top 2 closers from this group, Hoffman, McGill, Doval, Pagan, Bednar, and Bautista. Bednar's back. Got a save last night, I believe. He's back in business.
He looks all right.
And it's the Bednar. Bednar's the guy rest of the season in Pittsburgh. Lock that in. I'm saying that right now. So give me Bednar and give me Hoffman. Yeah, Hoffman, we don't talk about it because he's been good. So when we're not talking about a closer, that means things are going well, right?
Mm-hmm. He's doing his job.
Yep.
Pagan's been getting a bunch of saves.
Diaz has been back. Matter. Yeah, I think this is real clear. It's Hoffman and it's Bednar, and we both agree on that. I will say that Brendan Little, the other reliever in Toronto who's really making a name for himself. I was talking about some of the nastiest pitches on Friday's show. Brendan Little has like 2 of the top 4 or 5 in all of baseball of the nastiest pitches. So he's a great reliever, but Jeff Hoffman's been too good. So if you're trying to say, well, maybe Brendan Little will sneak in there. No, it's not going to happen. Okay? Yuri Perez, Britton. The Yuri Perez hype train is starting to brew now. People are saving their fab bucks because he threw 1 inning of his first rehab start. So maybe 6 weeks from now he's up. Maybe less, but probably 6 weeks, I would say. This is a very special talent. So just like you were saying, they don't want to rush Logan Gilbert. They're not going to rush Yuri Perez back, right?
No, I mean, he's been injured his entire career. So what's another 6 weeks?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. Now I'm coming back because he's been injured for so long.
This is a Mike V conversation that has been ongoing for approximately 4 years. And our stances on this issue are very clear. I'm
a Yuri guy. I love Yuri Perez. I got him in a couple leagues, in dynasty leagues. I even traded, maybe I'll regret this, Britton. I traded Shane Wizard of Boz in a preseason in a dynasty league, deep league, like 20 teams. Yeah. And I got Yuri Perez as part of the return, banking on Perez being better than Boz, but that doesn't look so great right now, I must admit. So
yeah, I'm afraid Boz is turned it around apparently.
Oh, Eddie says William & Mary is a very good school. Great. It's a notch below the Ivy Leagues where the rich kids go that don't get into Ivy League. Thank you for that update, Eddie. Wonderful news. What do you thought you had 30 minutes. Thought you have once you have 30 rehab starts. 30 rehab starts? That's a lot of rehab starts. All right. So what else? Any other guys you want to mention today, Britton, on this wonderful show called the Faab-Ulous Waiver Live Chat?
No, somebody mentioned that they're looking at Ben Williamson for third base. You know, Eric Wagaman is available in a lot of leagues. His StatCast looks blood red. He's batting
Yes, it
third or
does.
fourth for the Marlins.
I like
every
Wagaman
day.
more than Williamson. I'm on the I want to go on the record with that now.
Oh yeah, points leagues you need Wagaman 100% because he has plate appearances. John Birdie, if you're in a Roto league, he's third base eligible. He'll steal bases. And the Cubs matriculate the lineup. Yeah, I'm writing down.
Look at this. Frank's kissing ass over here.
Actually, I stole this shirt from Frank.
Yeah, I don't think that's a kiss ass statement right there, Michael Govier. I think
Actually,
you need to
he's-
read
yeah.
it a little closer. It's actually an insult.
Oh shit! You got me, Frank.
Yeah.
Okay,
See,
well that's fine.
Govier always has this view of like a rosy view of people. I take the opposite approach.
The dark side of existence. Star says, I would rather have Birdie than Williamson. Birdie gets you steals.
I agree. I think John Birdie is going to play third base every day. They got rid of Workman. Shaw is option. So it's John Birdie or nobody, you know?
Yeah. You know, going back to that closer comment, Bautista was in there, and I don't want to
Yeah,
disrespect
he's back.
Bautista. But like Felix Bautista is not getting a lot of saves. The Orioles are not playing very well. They're 10 and 16
not.
right now. I think Brandon Hyde
Their
could be
lineup
fired.
isn't
I
that
think he could.
good.
Their pitching is a nightmare right now. Zach Eflin's out. They got nothing going on right there. Corbin Burns left. Who's their starters?
Dean Kramer.
Charlie Morton?
Charlie Morton is the worst, dude. I'm sorry, Charlie. It is time to hang it. You know their best starter is Sagano.
All this talent, Britton. All this talent they've been holding on to, and this is the end result of their pitching in 2025 right now. Like they've blown it. They have screwed up here. They have made a mistake. They should have traded some other hitters at prime times to bring in more pitching talent. Because look where they're at now. It looks like they botched this a bit. I'm not trying to say like, oh, it's April, it's over, but I don't know. I'm looking at this from a 3-year period.
Yeah, Jordan Westberg has been injured off and on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just been not great. Like your best hitter is Cedric Mullins.
Yeah, they lost Colton Cowser.
Gunner's
That was
there.
a bummer. Yeah, and Tyler O'Neill just hit the IL as well. So people
yeah.
want Kobe Mayo to come up. I don't know if that's gonna. He doesn't play outfield, so
I've got Tyler O'Neill in some of those draft and hold leagues I was showing y'all, and it's thin in outfield. And these are draft and hold leagues, right? In one league,
Yeah.
I'm starting Chase McCormick. Like I'm not even sure if he's on the team anymore for the Astros. And frankly, I don't want to look.
why would you want to know the truth?
I don't
want
want
to
to
know the truth.
because it's either him or start somebody that's on the IL. I guess
I want to know. No, you don't. Star says Cincy, whoever plays best will be playing. So this is in reference to Cincinnati's situation where Eddie wants to know Noelvi Marte. They have Candelario, CES, Steer. By the way, Spencer Steer, he might. Okay, this is hard to know, okay? He was at Coors, so that speaks for itself right away.
Coors.
But he also played decent in the game last Sunday at home, and he had another decent game against Miami. He might finally be healthy enough now to be hitting okay. Maybe I was wrong. He wasn't injured for his hitting. He still can't throw very well from what I gathered, but it was just like a spring training because he started the season on the opening day roster instead of having like a full spring training. He didn't really get that. So maybe that's what this was. So I think I'm back with Steer now, who's a guy I already really loved a lot, especially in OBP leagues. But Candelario needs to go here, Britton. Marte's a guy who should be playing, not Candelario, but it seems like contracts, we always say this. How much is a guy getting paid? His contract matters.
how does Candelario keep getting jobs? Like
I
I
don't.
don't.
I know. It's amazing. The Cubs, the Reds, the Tigers, that's where he's been around enough where he just keeps hanging around. Like Teddy KGB says in Rounders, hanging around.
It's got gator blood. By the
I
way,
love that
TJ
movie.
Friedel is batting leadoff against lefties too. He bats leadoff every day for the Reds. He's got 5 stolen bases, a home run. His batting average is .295. So
Woo!
yeah,
Love it.
TJ
I love
Friedel.
it. Give me some more Friedel.
And
Give me
Austin
some more, like
Hayes.
Busta Rhymes said.
Austin Hayes, check to see if he's available in your leagues too.
Austin Hayes healthy is having a good year. So Cincy, it's a great ballpark. It's going to get hotter right there in the tri-state area, summertime at the Great American Bozo Park. Balls will be flying out, just
What
like
do they call it? The
with-
Queen City? Is that
the
what they
Queen
call
City. That's right. Very good.
Yeah.
I lived there for a year. Wonderful year in Cincinnati, over there by the Southgate House and on the riverfront. Covington?
I've had to go to Cincinnati several times for work, and I love downtown Cincinnati.
It's underrated.
There's a casino right close within walking distance, which could be a good or bad thing. But
I'm sure you've never lost money there.
Oh no. I've never hit my ATM limit there ever, not once.
Charlie Morton's overcooked like a steak at Morton's. Well said, Eddie. Yeah, I think it's over. And he's also giving me props. Govier hit the nail on the head. Baltimore effed up by trading Norby and Stowers to Miami for that crapper Trevor Rogers, and they should have traded.
That was just a bad trade. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It was just a bad trade. Yeah,
it is not looking good. I think you're right about that. Alex wants to know, should I bench Bubic against the Astros today? Oh, this is a real-time question. So that game kicks off at 2:10 Eastern. That's about 40 minutes from now. My opponent has Max Meyer against Seattle. Oh, so this is a tightly contested stat situation where the ERA could go either way, the strikeouts could go either way, the whip could go. This is one of the oldest questions in fantasy baseball. Head-to-head, final Sunday. You're so tight in a few categories. One starter versus the other can determine it either way. You really don't know what to do. So is it just play your starters and just see what happens? Or, do you bench a guy? Will you have more regret if you don't play Bubic?
Bubic has been pitching really well, so I'm going to play him. I'm going to play Bubic and just let the chips fall where they may, because Max Meyer is going to, if he's even close to what he was last time, he's going to get 15 strikeouts and all those ratios. But Bubic is playing well, and the Astros aren't anything to be scared of anymore. So, Bregman's gone. Yanier Diaz can't get a hit to save his life for some reason. So yeah, I'm starting Chris Bubic, or as I call him, Ruby Boobies.
Ruby Boobies.
For some reason, no one knows, especially me. But what do you think?
Oh, hey, look! Yeah, I would start Bubic. Go for it. I agree with Britton. Ride or die with your boy, especially guys who've been pitching so well. I love both those pitchers, by the way. Max Meyer, Bubic are both guys on one of my teams. Candelario was awesome in 2023. Okay, Evilzilla. Great. Everybody can have a year.
Right.
Yeah. Orioles GM has PTSD from that Rogers trade. Yeah, he might. That's true. Joe's telling us Jordan Beck won me 6th place in the Rally Cap the other night. Nice job, Joe. Way to go, buddy. Yeah,
Jordan Beck has been the hottest hitter this week. Now he went 0 for yesterday, but prior to that, he's hit like 5 home runs in 3 days. Jordan Beck, Rockies has been off the hook. Go Vols! What up, University of Tennessee? Jordan Beck.
Wow, he did hit 5 home runs in 2 days.
Yeah,
he had a doubleheader at KC, hit 3 dongs, and then hit 2 more against Cincinnati at home.
You just don't see that very often. So
that might be the highlight of his year.
Congratulations. Hey, if you got it, congratulations.
Oh yeah, like Joe.
If you didn't, you're not getting it. I'd bet all the tea in China that his next 15 at bats, it's 2
China.
For 15,
China.
Govier, what is going on with Matt Vierling in Detroit? I know that's your team. It's just a slow process. It's more of a serious injury than maybe we kind of realize. It's not necessarily a setback from what I gather, but his shoulder thing is just taking more time because they need him to play the field. Matt Vierling is not just a DH guy. He's a guy they use in multiple positions, and that matters to them. They need him to be able to do that. So it's going to take a little bit longer than maybe we realize. That's all, but it's getting closer, I would say. Fantasy Sports, Britain, redraft head-to-head points. Pick one. Wilson Contreras or Murphy or Alvarez. We got 3 catchers here. Wilson, Murphy, or Alvarez in head-to-head points.
Francisco Alvarez has been really hot. Murphy was hot, and now he's cooled. I have 0 Wilson Contreras shares, so I have no idea. I'm pretty sure he's struggling.
Neither do I. Alvarez just came back from injury, and he's played these 2 games against Washington so far. He hit a home run on Saturday, so that's a welcome return. But
yeah, and he does that face paint stuff too, like the
he does. He looks like a badass. That is cool.
Give me Alvarez.
I rarely do this, and this is a sign that I don't have children. I bought MLB The Show the other day. Yeah, exactly. See, I don't have wonderful. That's the price I pay. I don't have beautiful artwork that I can cherish and have a memory down the road on. All I have is MLB The Show. I actually bought it, and I did like my own guy road to the show, and they give you a choice. Yeah. You get the tiny makeup, tiny black, bigger black, or the full on. And I go full on. That's what I would do. So I love that. Brave. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I got to go to the prescribing of rounders back in the day. What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. I'm sorry, Joe. You like this movie?
We're quoting rounders, right?
Right. Wilson has heated up. Wilson Contreras has turned it around. Yeah, I would go Wilson of those three guys, even though I have no shares like Britton. Candelario should be dropped, but he has been good a couple years ago. Okay, why do you keep telling me that?
It's like Tristan Casas. Like, for some reason, there's just this outpouring of love for Tristan Casas and Yeimer Candelario. Like, I don't get it, but whatever. I mean, if it's your, if you like 200 hitters that might hit 10 home runs, sweet.
Oh, Britton's on one today. I love it. Yeah, hell yeah.
It's just delicious.
Wow, dude.
Oh, there it is. That Tennessee tea.
Double Nespresso today. So.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! There we go.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, he's on edge. Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L Suzies. Thanks for being here. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, help the show grow. Subscribe, share. One of the biggest things you could do for us as we move into May. This is where people already start falling off. Our views start to just go down.
Really?
Because at the high point of like a March, people are doing their drafts, and that's the high point. It really is. But by 1st of May, people start checking out, and they start looking at football already, and we lose a little bit, and it gets worse in June and July, of course. But just want to let you guys know that's something we want to fight against. So help us out. Keep engagement up, right? Keep those engagement numbers pumped. That's all we ask, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, Evil Zoe says he was talking to somebody in the chat. He was not repeating his Candelario commentary. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I also think that the San Francisco closer situation, Britton, with Doval and Walker. Now, Walker had a better weekend. He came in a tie game yesterday, got the win. He didn't blow the save. He kept the game tied, and then he got the win in the bottom of the inning. And he didn't give up any runs. He struck out 2 guys, and his other appearance that weekend was good as well this weekend. So it looks like Walker's still in the mix. What do we do here still with Doval and Walker?
I would like to have them both. So if you have Walker or if you have Duvall, I think you just sit tight. Just keep starting them, because somebody's going to get it. Somebody's going to get injured at some point. And hopefully it's not the one you have. But
so have both.
Yeah, there's like a 60% chance one of them is going to go on the IL at some point, because that's just how it is. So
at this point, Britton, I don't know why. Speaking of football, why don't we just borrow and have the handcuff? I mean, what's wrong with having a closer handcuff? You do the running backs, why not have a closer handcuff? Because if saves matter and you need saves, it's not a bad idea to put a roster spot on a guy who's the backup, the guy that will take over that job or is already battling for that job. Not a bad idea.
No, it's not. And it's a lot of NFBC players. Like I'll listen to podcasts with we were talking about Rob DiPietro and pull hitter, and like some players like that. They will target bullpens in their draft and hold leagues. And pick, not just the assumed star closer, but also like in the Tigers, like you would draft like before the year, like Jason Foley, like Holton, Brant Herter. Herter's got 3 saves. Like you just target those guys and see how the chips fall where they may. A lot of people do that. It's a smart strategy.
Yeah. Oh, Evil agrees. Govier, I agree. Handcuff is smart. Thank you very much, Evil. Heath Martin's over on Twitter. Hey, we love getting the Twitter comments. Just for the record, we can't comment back on Twitter on here for some stupid reason, but we can on YouTube and Twitch. I don't know why. So if you comment on here, I'll post it up and make sure it gets heard on Twitter. Is Luis Robert droppable? Now, I know what Britton's going to say because he's already got an opinion. But no, you're not dropping Luis Robert yet, man. I don't care how deep this or shallow the league is. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is.
Like a bad habit.
There it is. This guy's not fooled. I would not do it. Not doing it.
Trade that to somebody. Trade
there you go.
Robert. Yeah, trade him to somebody for TJ Friedel. I would do that. I would do that in a New York Minute. Shout out Olsen Twins. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, in a New York Minute.
New York Minute.
Billy Joel.
Oh,
is that Billy Joel or Christopher? Yeah, who is that? Is that the Eagles? Oh shit, it is.
I think Minute? Yeah.
Or is it one of the solo guys? Is it Henley solo or I think it's an Eagles. New York. I think it's Don Henley solo, but whatever. So, the Eagles are overrated. I know the song. We got Britton singing on the show. That's awesome.
I know. That's how I'm hopped up on coffee. I'm starting to sing the Eagles. But much like the dude, I hate the fucking Eagles.
I hate the fucking Eagles, man. He will get better once Roberts is traded to a contender. Now, this is a part of this. I think it's very real. I do think Luis Robert will finally get traded. I know Mike Virginia's been saying this for 2 years. He's wanted the Luis Robert to be traded to the Phillies for 2 seasons. But I think this is the year it finally will happen because the White Sox want to get some fresh blood. They probably doesn't have the best attitude either, it kind of seems. And I can't blame him. He's been on the shittiest of shit teams. I mean, I'd be depressed if I was on the White Sox.
If he should be the happiest man on planet Earth that he has a contract and that he gets to play baseball for a living, in spite of the fact that he's had 1 non-shitty year in 5. Like in most careers, if for 5 years at your job you suck for 4 of them, you don't really get to keep that job. But so he should be pretty happy. He should.
You're right. That's actually a great argument for that.
That's another way to look at it.
Star says you can't drop Robert. You're married to him. If you can't trade, then you got to be patient. Yeah. Sometimes the worst thing you guys want to hear from us is be patient. Nobody wants to hear that, but sometimes you got to do that. Okay. Mets. Yeah, I'm sure Luis Robert will go to the Mets. All your dreams will come true. Thoughts on Chris Bassett rest of the season? He finally got exposed in his last start. Thank the Lord. And I say thank the Lord only because I just knew he was pitching way over his head, man. He had like a 10K outing before his last start. He had like given up 0 home runs, like 0. So that had to end. Just like what's his face from the Rangers a couple years ago. He had that 55-inning streak to start the year. Dane Dunning. I was counting down the days till Dane Dunning would finally give up a home run. It took 55 innings. We were well into May.
I love Dane Dunning, man. He had those Ricky Vaughn glasses, goggles.
Oh, yeah. He had a cool look, but he was not that great a pitcher. So
I want Mets fans to start saying, we should trade Soto for Luis Robert Jr. to the White Sox.
There it is. So, Bassett, do you have any shares? And even if you don't, are you concerned? Or do you not care?
I don't have any Chris Bassett. He's been really good this season, but you knew that house of cards was coming down at some point, like Miguel Vargas. No, Jason Vargas.
Jason Vargas.
He's Jason Vargas all at 2.0.
Good call.
10 starts, and then he's going to have a 6 ERA the rest of the year. I mean, he's literally 95 years old.
It wasn't that bad a start his last outing in Houston this week, and he's pitching today in the doubleheader at the Yankees, which is scary. So we'll see how that goes. I was looking to trade him and on the high. That's what I would have done already. If someone's still willing to take him and thinks he's having a career year, go for it, because he will come back to earth. I'm locking that in. Okay, sorry, but that's how it goes. I think Mike Trout gets traded to the. We've heard this one before. Come on, Eddie. This is an old bit. I expect better from you, Eddie. We know the Mike Trout's from New Jersey. He's going to get traded to the Phillies one day. We heard that like 8 years ago, man. That's a never-ending trade offer.
Yeah, no, Mike Trout's not going anywhere. He's with that contract, declining player. Like I know
the Angels are too good. The Angels are Ron Washington. They're in the zone, dude.
They've lost like 8 of their last 10, but yeah, they started out pretty hot. They have like the 5th most home runs. It's like the Cubs, the Dodgers, the Yankees, and then somehow the Angels. Who knows? But.
Yep. They actually got schooled by Simeon Woods Richardson last night. Struck out 7 of them over 5 1/3. Looked outstanding, and I thought he was going down the tubes. So
yeah, no, apparently not.
Anything else you want to mention today, Britton? Otherwise, we can wrap it up. We've done our part here. You shared open and honestly about your Fab bids. That was wonderful. People loved that. I shared my graphic, so we've been transparent on this Fabulous Waiver Liar.
I love your graphic. I want to sign my name to the bottom line. And
you ready to commit? Are you in?
Get me on that crotch rocket.
We're hitting the trails, dude.
Up and down my street. 60 days, good as cash.
Yep. 60 days, good as cash, baby. That's right. Ain't nothing going to go wrong here. Ain't no jumping your premiums about to happen.
Throw in a free helmet that I'm not going to wear. Love it.
Yeah, they don't wear helmets. It's amazing to me. But hey, that's the life of a motorcycler. What can I say? Either way, they either end up dead on the side of the road or they luck out and have a wonderful life. That's the risk of existence. What can I tell you, my friends? But we love doing the show. That's something that's not a risk. We love being here. We love connecting with you guys. The live chat, as always, just crushing it. As far as anything else, you could always comment on this video. We'll try to get back to you later in the day. The Discord's open 24/7. The link is in the description. You want to see more artwork? Go check out Yukon Cornelius' Discord channel. Maybe he'll post some more pictures. Who knows? You never know what you'll find over there.
That's a great idea. I need to get going more on my Yukon Cornelius Discord channel. Post some pics.
Yeah.
Do all that.
We want more, man. What you
I know you're much more active in Discord. Is that a thing?
I think Ben is the most of the show people. Ben is the #1 active Discorder. He is just there all the time, jumping in, answering questions on prospects, giving updates on things, posting speaking of writing, Ben writes a lot. You guys should check out his work. He posts his articles. He writes for a paper that he runs essentially now up there in the Dakotas. Very cool. So check that out in the Discord. It's good stuff. We have one last question to sneak in before we get out of here. Priority ad, Noelvi or Augustine? Ooh.
I know what Michael Govier is going to say.
Yeah, we know what I'll say. What do you say?
Got to be Gus. Give me Gus. He's my second favorite. My second favorite Gus. First favorite, Lonesome Dove Gus. One of the best characters ever written, Texas Ranger Gus.
I thought you were going to say Gus the kick. Was he a donkey? Gus the kicker? You ever see that stupid Disney movie from a long time ago?
No. Gus the kicker.
Yeah, he was like a donkey. Gus the donkey was like a kicker. It's so stupid.
No, yeah, I don't remember that one.
Here it is. We're talking about Mr. Ed. Get ready for a new horse in your life, buddy. It is Gus the Kicking Mule with Don Knotts. Look at this.
No. Oh, Don, say it ain't so.
Yay! We got more sports animals. More sports horses / mules. That's a real movie from 1976, folks. There you go.
That one out.
Yeah, I love Agustin Ramirez, this guy. Catcher, first base eligible, steals bags too. He hit for power. He can do everything. He hit a home run in Seattle. I even benched him. I was like, oh, dude, he's taking on Logan Gilbert in Seattle. He's not getting a home run there. I benched him that night in my daily league. And then Logan Gilbert gets hurt, and then he goes crazy that night. So you just never know. Play your best players, no matter what.
Yep,
Maybe
absolutely.
That's a lesson there. Yeah, Frank says, when I get Augustine Ramirez, how do you feel about using him at corner, replacing McMahon? My catchers are Carson and Real Muto. Is McMahon struggling?
Yeah, I think so. But I don't know. I would try to get.
He is.
Because Ramirez isn't going to play every day as a catcher. He's going to get rest days. So I want somebody playing every single day, and that's on his own team. That's Eric Wagman.
That's true.
So he's going to play every day. He's going to get 4 at bats every single day. He's going to hit.
Just for the record, though, of this week, Ramirez, he's starting today too in the 3-hole, and he's played 6 of 7 games here. Maybe not all of them were at catcher, but he's playing 6 of 7.
Is he DHing? I guess.
Yeah, he's DHing and the first base eligible depending on the matchups, lefty righty.
So
he might be a guy who can.
Hit him up.
Yeah. Gentlemen, go enjoy your Sundays and good luck with your picks later tonight. Thank you, Eddie. We appreciate it. Fugo Kicking Mule. We love it. Utah, give me 2. There you go. That's for you guys. Pallazzo Podcast. Britton Allan, Michael Govier. For Mike Virginia, make sure you follow him on Twitter @_Mike VA. Everybody else. We'll see you tomorrow night. Prospects Power Hour, Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.